Paige Freitag is an active 35-year-old Bloomington attorney. She's always taken good care of herself. In 2006, however, severe back pain nearly took away her ability to walk and even sit up.
I am married and I have 2 Labrador retrievers who are like my children, and I spent a lot of time with my husband hiking and walking, and just really love to walk my dogs.
In February 2006, Paige began experiencing low back pain, but she wrote it off due to her changing jobs and using a new chair at work, among other explanations.
I tried to ignore it as much as possible. I was 34 years old at the time that it started, and really just couldn't believe that anything serious could be wrong.
Over that summer, the pain worsened, and Paige developed sciatica, a condition in which severe pain begins in the lower back and shoots down the back of the leg.
Sitting was a huge problem for me when the sciatica was at its worst. And there were times where I would try to get into the car and go somewhere with my husband, and I would literally be in tears after about 5 minutes in the car. And yeah, I mean, during those times, I did wonder whether I would ever get back to being able to do the types of things that I used to be able to do.
In the following months, Paige visited her family practice physician and began seeing a chiropractor. Her pain continued to worsen, and her left leg had become numb.
I think when I couldn't walk, I was finally convinced that there was something seriously wrong.
Paige visited Bloomington Hospital's Advanced Pain Center, part of the Regional Neuroscience Institute, and received an epidural shot to help ease her pain.
An epidural shot is an injection in the epidural space. The epidural space is the space next to the nerve roots, and we inject a medication comprised of local anesthetic and cortisone. The local anesthetic numbs the nerve, giving pain relief to the patient for a few hours. But what helps the most is the cortisone, and that usually takes 3 days to kick in.
And then Dr. Lysandra came in and explained the procedure. He was wonderful. His assistants who were in the room with me while I had the epidural injections were extremely caring people.
While the epidural seemed to work wonders for Paige's back, a few days following the injection, her pelvic area went numb. She returned to the Advanced Pain Center, and Dr. Lysandra referred her to local neurosurgeon, Dr. Marshall Poor.
Once a pain doctor tells you that what's happening to you is not normal and you need to go see a neurosurgeon immediately, it's a little alarming. But as soon as I met Dr. Poor, he has such a wonderful demeanor that he makes you calm.
The following day, Dr. Poor performed neurosurgery on Paige and found 2 herniated discs.
His nurse, Kelly, after the surgery, was telling my family members that that was the biggest herniated disc that she'd seen all year. So I was proud to have that honor.
In addition to the herniated discs, Dr. Poor also discovered that a nerve in Paige's back had begun to turn brown, a sign it was dying.
By the time he completed the excision, it was starting to turn back to a pinkish color and was gaining elasticity.
This meant the nerve was beginning to come back to life, and 2 days following surgery, Paige was back at home. She wore a brace through November 2006 and then began rehabilitation at Bloomington Hospital's Rebound.
The first goal was to try to get me walking with a more normal gait. And building up the muscles in that left leg, especially the left calf, so that I could walk normally.
Paige also participated in aquatic therapy at Bloomington Hospital's Rebound East location.
It's funny because I never took swimming lessons as a little kid, and I'm definitely not a very strong swimmer. So my initial reaction was had a little bit of anxiety. I wasn't really sure what the aquatic therapy would entail. But as soon as I got there and met with the aquatic therapists and saw the facility, I was totally at ease.
Paige continues to swim and has taken up yoga again. She's walking well, but still has some numbness in her left leg and foot.
I'll be hiking and walking and doing all those things that I used to do, hopefully very soon. I've learned that I really didn't appreciate what my body could do before. I mean, I think that's normal. People just don't appreciate what they have until they don't have it anymore. The care that I received from the surgeon, from the hospital staff, from the therapists after surgery are helping me get back to a normal life.
Look for more information about Bloomington Hospital's Regional Neuroscience Institute under Our Services at bloomingtonhospital.org.
Bloomington Hospital, advancing medicine, enhancing health.